and knees. How's the hips? They're all right to sleep on your side?
Yeah, I can just finish that and go off to sleep. That's not the best, just a scar stuff like that.
Scar, yeah.
A wonky shoulder, anything else?
Wonky shoulder. So you're a little bit of impingement in the shoulder. All right, hips, shoulder. How are you, Ian?
Never felt
All right, you don't. It's sort of a bit scary to say. You never know what I'm going to throw at you. So I just think, we'll get something nice for keeping the hips and shoulders right, and if we can explore the comfortable range of movement in the knees, that's good. If we can get you a little bit more flexible around your hips, yeah. So we'll get you strong and flexible in your hips. We'll get you flexible in your hips. You'll be different people at the end of the class. Here we are going up and down, and we can just check it's nice and relaxed. If you pad the fingers on a muscle, you can check if they're relaxed or not. Okay. I'm a lot more relaxed on the left than the right here. How about you? Does it feel like jelly, or does it feel like tight strings and rocks and things in there? So I might be coming along and just grabbing you by the hand. I won't do that just yet. And then, is it relaxing there, or is it sort of tensing up? And so this muscle, the upper trapezius, it pulls your upper arm bone into your neck. So down it goes. Is it relaxed? Oh, yeah, like jelly. And okay. So you can think about, if you know you've got a sore body part, maybe the muscle is just tensing up really too much, and it's just something needs doing. That. And are the calf muscles holding out all right? Down. And we'll just okay. So this is just like the bread and butter maintenance. We stand on one leg, heel off the ground. I just think it'd be a bit nice and tall and relaxed. Okay, and we'll just go the other side. Now, ideally, we do a 1 minute each side most days, and we'd never twist an ankle. We'd also go a long way to maintaining the Achilles tendon. Now, for an our age group, if we're not getting running or whatever, you might be asked to go and we'll switch back to the other leg. You might be asked to go and have a friendly social game of cricket. And you'll be there in the batsman's wicket, and you go wham, and then you go oh, and suddenly you feel a ping, and you got a floppy foot that it won't push down because you. So it's good to do this tendon maintenance. Not only does it minimize, just switch legs again. Not only does it make sure you don't twist your ankle, but also you might have a friendly social game of cricket, and you go and you just push off, and suddenly something turns, and the surgeon has to reconnect it. So it's just really good to do this. I'm just going to take us into rocking forward back. Tuck your toes under. This is a really nice way to find out where the knees are today. I've got my knees a little bit wide. Now we're exploring the range of movement in the knees. Back and up. And at the same time as we're doing this, we could check out we're not sort of tensing up in the upper trapezius. Can you see what I'm doing? Oh yeah, that's quite relaxed at the moment. Yeah, that's good. And I'm just checking, what range of movement have we got in our knees today? Can you push back with your fingers? The finger from the pads right to the other end where it joins in your palm. It's pushing back, and is it staying relaxed in your upper trapezius? That's why I just can come in and just checking in. Yeah, that's quite relaxed, because you will have very thick, dense, powerful muscles, all that farm work. And I suppose it's going to be rather tense here. Is it okay to find out? Oh, look, jelly, you got it. It's staying soft. Wow, well done. And when I say jelly in the upper trapezius, it's, look at that, wow.
Hi, sorry.
Your muscles are so strong,
Yeah,
it's
so
very
I'll
hard
get
to.
there, right. Oh, very good.
Powers off, carriage off. And there's yeah, grab a, yeah, we've got the vaporizer and the eucalyptus going. So just give us a little bit of, so I just think in terms of, yeah, so we'll go on to, just point your toes backwards. Now we just start doing something interesting now. And again, just might be just 3 times, explore what your knees can do. And if you can go all the way down, well, great. But whatever you can do, yeah. Yeah. Good, good. That's good, Joe. So what happens if we come up to all fours, vertical arms, and just take your tail, wag your tail like a Labrador dog. This means that on the side of the hip comes up to meet your side ribs, and the tail's going side to side. Labrador dog. Lift your belly button and round your back a little, and then it will just happen. Let's see how we're doing. Good, good, okay. So with your, just starting with your belly button, round your back a little bit, elbows just slightly soft. And now take your tailbone in a circle. This is sort of 1960s, 1970s boogie. Take your tailbone the other way, circle your tailbone, good. Second window. So you get a little more awareness of just how you can loosen up and win back some movement that, you know, that maybe wasn't there. All right, so tall kneeling, stretch band. I'm going to do a little bit kinder on us with triceps towel stretch, just one. All right, get the hands close together, top elbow straight, push back. Towel the wall. And if the band's going side to side, let your head go to the side. I'll just add in some more things. Knees close together, gently squeeze the glutes together. So like squeeze on a credit card. Now you've got stability in your lower back, feel safe in your lower back. And the ribs stretch one side and the ribs stretch the other. All right. Okay, so yeah, I think that's probably good enough. We'll just switch sides. Let's just have both elbows pretty much almost straight. Just press back. And we'll let that be our stretch today. Head on the side, stretching the side of the body. I talked about you were like a Labrador with the tail wagging. Well, now let it be the head that does the wagging. The head's doing the wagging. Yeah, so that's a nice, easy version. Keep pushing the band backwards. For shoulder impingement, we certainly want all those nice physio exercises, get your shoulder blade mobilized and all the muscles around the shoulder blade strong. But we also want to glide this upper arm bone back and down. So you just put your finger on the point of your shoulder. Now, we think of this as shoulder, right? But I'm going to tell you that it's also top of arm bone. Now, the top of the arm bone rides up into the end of the collarbone, top of arm bone, end of collarbone. And then it's pinching and you're getting impingement, pinching or impingement. So fingers, so just like that perhaps, just push down and back. See, down and back on the upper arm bone. And I'll just come and set that in a minute. And now we're gliding that upper arm bone down and away from the pinching zone. Just think about being nice and spacious. There's no pinching. Back and forward. You go side to side. By the way, I get a really nice little stretch in my elbow area doing that. So just you want the upper arm down, pushing down and back. Here it is, upper arm down, pushing there. Give me a hand. It's okay for guys to hold hands a little bit, isn't it? Just okay. And just push that back and down. Yeah, yeah. And you can I almost felt it just go back and down, so it's not squeezing into the bony end of the collarbone and so on. Yeah, yeah, good. Just pushing. A good push through. Do you get any impingement, Joe? No, you don't get any squeezy, pinchy pain, I don't think. It's not what, no. You have other problems. We all have other problems. All right, so we've just got into, we'll just try the other, just upper arm back, push it back, and just keep pushing back. And I just let my head and neck be a little bit relaxed. Are your cheeks smiling? Are your eyeballs moving? Checking out the eyeball moving policeman's giving you the... Imagine they wanted to make sure everyone was relaxed and happy. They'd set up all the security cameras that are connected to the internet, and they'd run the artificial intelligence machine in Google. Is Kay happy today? Oh, yes, she's moving around. The eyeballs are moving. So, and then, oh, well, we don't have to send her a joke or a funny in the Google pushes or whatever, because she's happy already. I'm only half joking, by the way, but this is how we could use surveillance and artificial intelligence in a really nice way, couldn't we? Oh, Lynn, sorry.
I don't quite talk quite as much.
Okay. Sorry, Lynn. See, my Google artificial intelligence wasn't switched on, was it? Got them wrong. There's one thing about Google, it just gets things right every time. So, okay, so we're all loose and we got our shoulder impingement a little bit better. Yeah, so this is drawn sword. You draw the sword out of the... Now, if that's a little bit too short, you could just come over a little bit. I'm going to make it a little easier for myself. See, it's a little bit longer now. And pull the sword out. Now, this is getting into potentially the upper arm. You can just about feel it riding up and into the bony bits here and pinching. So push it down. Push it down. Just push it down. Draw your sword. Keep pushing. And pushing. See, and just pushing. Got to think about pushing. And we'll just do it 4 times. And then we'll lay the band flat and maybe just walk the knees over a little. And it's a drawn sword on the other side. And you can just about feel as you get into that drawn sword action, you feel the upper arm bone riding up and into the end of the collarbone. It might be pinching. You might even feel it if it's a problem. All right, so yeah, okay, so push it back and down, and you can feel, almost feel like there's more space there and less chance of pinching. So we're doing just the right strengthening of certain shoulder blade muscles for that joint to reset and not be pinching. Push back and down. Just think pushing. All right, push the left arm bone back and down. And your smiley cheeks. And I was going to say Kay again. Lynn's feeling happy and everyone else feeling happy. And imagine a Chinese, and this they do it in China, the camera surveillance and cell phone surveillance. Imagine if they set up the happy surveillance there. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Send you a nice happy message if you're feeling down. Okay. So just push your elbows back. And what do you feel in your lower body? Did you feel a little more pull on your tummy, lower tummy muscles, or what did you feel? I'm just interested to know. Yeah, So what happened in the belly button area? What happened? Did it push out, pull in, or tighten? Yeah. Okay, let's take a little break. And if we're down, and I tend to over-recruit, it just stays tight. So just let it relax, and that's okay. Is it like jelly now? Oh yeah, okay. And you could always, oh, okay. So I'm always queuing for squeeze a credit card and get your tummy working. And that's good, but we can always overdo it. And I tend to overdo it. So if we put the elbows up and back, now we might just a little bit of the buttock squeezing your glute squeezing a credit card, just a little bit of tummy firming, and you could ask it to soften a bit. Just a little bit, just to hold it together. All right, so elbows back, 3, we'll do 5. And down. And we think about lots of space here so that the upper arm bones are down and back. Lots of space. This is, in the gym, they talk about flies because you're working the movement looks like flying. Well done. Let's come up and flying. And your arms, because there's no band now, they're just floating up. Does it feel easier? Wow, and the neck's relaxing, smiling cheeks. And maybe we're looking up at the Amazon rainforest, parrots and monkeys. We might need to, because they might be dropping the droppings on us. So. Okay, so imagine we're heading over to the Andes now, and we've got the anaconda, the eagle. Is the anaconda? Whatever, the eagle in the Andes. Stand on one leg. So the fingertips just brush the side of your knee, and then come up there. Now get the heel off the ground, come back down. And down you go, hips back, and just a little, tickle your knee. Just a little feather brush. Up and down. And so we're just taking that arm action we did kneeling, and we're adding in some really total body action. We'll do another one for 5. Good. It's a little easier off the mat. But if you're on the mat and finding the challenge, so we're on the other side now. So it's just like an eagle over the Andes, flying high. And heel lift moments, just we're doing really well. So now you can go country dancing and doing cricket, and you won't bust your whatever. Yeah, okay, come on down. Now with tall kneeling, I always like to be here for tall kneeling. And my favorite go-to image is you're on a horse and you're riding. So you just see riding on slow motion. Oh, so what's it look like? Just. This is loosening up the hips, right? Right. Ian, have you ever ridden a horse? Okay. I might ask you about that later. I've had my uncle was a great horseman. And they even had a Clydesdale stud with my grandfather. In fact, he had a cow stud and a sheep stud and a beef stud at times. It was amazing. Wow. Oh, no, not at all. But this is Mangatufri, south of Auckland. So you just switch sides. Now, we just want to make it look nice. And I'm just checking in. Yeah, a little bit tense there. What I like for it, come forward. Go forward. Yeah, just holding there. Now, just giving you your hand, a finger and thumb either side of the breastbone, about level of second rib. Now take that up and back to the wall behind. So you're going to straighten up and you've got a vertical body. How tight is it in front of this hip? Yeah. All right. So can you go forward? Can you stretch it more, or is it at its limit now?
Back or forward?
Forward. Take your hips forward. Chest up and back, hips forward. Come on, you can do this. I'll touch curing. Let me know if not okay. Just forward again. So that's a real strong stretch now. It's coming, it's coming. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of second rib breast. This is a lovely spot. By the way, you're showing me how I was like 20 years ago. So how long you got to live? It's another 20 years. You'll be right, you'll be right. All right, so, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just not sure about that. I'm not sure I want to live that long in the crazy world nowadays. Yeah, I just, I do have a Christian faith and I'm looking forward to better times. I'm not ashamed to admit that now. Hip side to side. Yeah, this is good. So the second rib breastbone area just lifting. Yeah, just. So this is when I'll just show you if you can see, if I let this area go down, the chin juts. And so if I tap it and ask it to lift, and sort of the neck, the head goes back, and we're just finding what's comfortable there. And if we're going side to side and tall kneeling, it will tend to do that anyway, because if you try, like if you drop your second rib breast, it just doesn't seem to, everything doesn't work. So, and the shoulders relax. So. This is really cool. I wish I could click my fingers a bit better. So you're in a dance and you're just too scared to dance. Oh, just kneel and do Bruce's second rib lift. And everyone thinks you're cool. You just got this great dance move, right? You got good clicks. Okay. All right. So let's come up to standing. And we've got our, we can just grab the stick and we'll just look at a little curtsy action. And I'm just going to carry the stick like I'm a hunter-gatherer. Sorry, we're short of sticks. You got it. Thank you. And this is a nice sort of vertical, because I mean, if you go down, it doesn't feel so nice, does it? So nice little second rib lift. How's that feel? And if you feel extra good, you get extra down, you get both heels off the ground. All right, keep looking up. You got to be like a visionary. Imagine you're Mark Antony after the death of Caesar. It's Shakespeare, of course. We can just switch over. Hunter-gatherer with the stick. Well, you're on the steps of the Senate in Rome. You know how it goes? Friends, lifting the breastbone, looking around. Romans. Well, let's put the action up. Friends, you're looking up. Looking around. Romans. Yeah, so again, just I'm watching that. Countrymen. You know how it goes after that? Who knows the next line? Lend me your ears. And then we just get such a wide, lend me your ears. And just, so we got this nice vertical and this nice opening out in front. And did we do that? How did Shakespeare ever work out stuff like that? Did anyone learn that at school or any other Shakespeare speech? You know, that must have been the thing that made England great. People like Churchill could come along and do the same sort of speeches. And he could. All right. Show me monkey. Good. Good. Have a look. If in doubt, have a look around. Look at me, and if I'm not doing it, we'll just do what somebody else is doing. You might be right. Okay. So yes, so the arms got to be relaxed. The hips go back and the knees go wide so that the hands are dangling between the knees. Second rib, it's already pretty good, good. Second rib breast, and you just put the finger on either side of the breastbone, second rib, lifting a little, you know, like just where it's comfortable, and just keep that little bit of lift, and away we go. Oh yeah, and the arms might be dangling. Yeah, you got to look up a bit. You know, I'm on the big, I love looking at myself, I must admit. But you imagine if you look at me like, it's like, on with the show, this is it. And you just about, do. Yeah, you got it. This cueing has worked. You've got the dance moves there. Ian, we got to work on this. Never mind, there's lots of hope.
I can do it. I can get it.
Thanks, okay. Right. Right, well, let's just do some Pilates moves. We're thinking about this little bit of second rib lift. We're thinking about lots of nice, lovely space, upper arm bone to collar, so we don't get pinching. So we can always just, and we're thinking about just relaxing here. I think that's enough for the moment. Second rib, lots of space. And trapezius relaxing. We're in tall, just seated. Now, just a quick, elbows up and the upper arm bone rides up towards your neck. Well, just take the elbows down and we can just do the jelly trapezius. Is it like jelly or is it like rocks? Put your fingers on them. Push, push, push. Try the other side. This side is not. This side for me is really tight. It's probably due to a whiplash injury from wrestling a deer of all things. It's very tight. So I just keep, I might occasionally go, oh, relax. And you might see what I'm doing. So the chest is lifting, the elbows are just comfortably down and wide. If the elbows are down and wide, the upper arm bone starts to be down and wide. Down we go for the Pilates 100. You feel your tummy working? Pumping. I'm about to throw in an interesting little test. Take your left foot to the ceiling, push the back of the heel away, touch your left fingers to your toe. Keep pumping with the opposite arm. If it doesn't reach the toe, that's all right. Did the muscles stay relaxed and the trapezius here between the shoulder and the neck? You put your fingers on it. We'll switch the legs over, right leg to the ceiling, right fingers touch the toe. And you just keep the toe touched while you pump with the other hand. Did we manage to keep that upper trapezius relaxing? So we're going to go next to a single leg assisted roll up. Are you ready? Take that long leg long, put two hands behind the knee. Let's have the head down just for a second to relax the neck muscles. Now point your toe to the wall in front. Head up, press the ankle forward, and just curl up. When the heel lands on the ground, slide it forward and make a horseshoe shape. Did your elbows stay soft and slightly bent? Maybe just let the back of the neck lift a millimeter, make a horseshoe. And just stay the same knee. So now that we're in the action, when the head's down, point the toes, head up, press the ankle forward, and they just come forward and make a dive above your toes. And same knee, just back down. All right, I'm just going to join you. You make this look so smooth and yummy that we'll have 100 people storming the door trying to get in and join us. Show me one more. I'm just going to watch us do this single leg assisted roll up. Nice, very nice. And so when you're up the next time, yeah, nice. Nice, just switch legs. So, you know, I would be so sad if nobody joined me for a Pilates class. I'm going to do a couple. It looks so nice, I got to join you. Because if I was by myself and anyone was watching me, they would think I was kind of weird. But it's so nice to have other people here doing something that you're nurturing your body, getting to know your body. It's like you learn to treat your body as your best friend. You might have arguments at times, body gets grumpy. But if you learn to treat your body as your best friend, well, you'll learn to treat everyone else as your best friend as well. Single leg circles, we're going to have 2 each side, or 2 one way, 2 the other. Here we go. And you got your arms a little wide, shoulder blades them out. Make some circles fairly fast, not too big. The other way. Imagine your toes making O's on a noughts and crosses board. Just when you're ready, just switch legs. I guess my knees slightly point and toes pointed. Make a nought in a noughts and crosses game. And now we're going into a windscreen wiper action. Just the legs side to side. And make the movement look like a very long pendulum in a grandfather clock. That means you go over and pause and stretch and smoothly sweep over and pause and stretch. Just keep it going. Just side to side, like a pendulum. Upside down pendulum, of course. All right. When leg is wide, press the opposite hip down. You just give me your hand. You can just check that. If the hip's down, you won't be able to push your fingers under that hip bone there. Does that make sense? I'll just get a cushion now. So with leg wide, opposite hip staying down. That's nice. This is going to feel a little bit more together, just like that. It looks more comfortable. I'm sure you were fine, but yeah, I think you've got more flexibility in your hammies now. And just get this thought here. Leg wide, just take the leg wide and keep this hip down, push down, push down, push down. Yeah. Now, you can check that for yourself with your own hand. Leg wide, push down, push down. Keep pressing on your fingers. I want you to crush your fingers. You got the idea? Yes? And let's switch legs. Pendulum, little pause, and then sweeping over. A little pause and sweeping over. So this is the leg wide. I don't know if you can look at the corner of your eye, leg wide, opposite hip stays down. I can't slide my fingers under that hip bone there. It's not up here. It's like down. I can't slide my fingers under the hip bone. Wide, across. Like a pendulum, a very big pendulum, but it's upside down. Did you feel your tummy working already? Just holding that leg wide. And you feel a really nice lower back, hip, and side of leg stretch with leg across body. So leg across body, lovely stretches, isn't it? All right, come up for rocking chair rolling. Point your toes. Now the elbows go down and a little bit wide, and automatically upper arm bone goes down. And you've got this trap and a little bit of stretch. Okay, down and up. Keep looking between your knees. Keep smiling as you look between your pointy toes. Look between your pointy toes, the back of the neck's long. Pointy toes, keep going. Keep looking between your toes and knees. Show me what, keep looking between the toes. The chin staying somewhere close to the chest. The back of the neck's long, the back of the neck's long. Keep looking. Good, we've got it. All right, so take one leg up and just waggle your foot. Toes point to the wall in front, toes point to the wall behind. Think about toes. Shoulders dropping away from ears. Yes, yes. And we try that, toes to the wall behind. This is like ballet. This is like synchronized swimming. The shoulders are relaxing down and wide. You got to have smiley cheeks for this. Do you know if you get your eyeballs moving, your lips moving, your cheeks moving, it will ward off dementia because it gets your brain really fired up and happy. It really does. All right, a single leg stretch down. And so we'll we'll have a little play with it. There's some beautiful things. I love single leg stretch. There we go. That's the standard movement. You can see me there, Ian. Yeah, and switch, and switch, and switch. Now, put 2 hands on one knee and put 1 hand behind your head. Did we get the right hand behind the head? I think we did. We got the correct one. So keep the hand behind the head and just work one side like a pump handle for 4 times. 1 and back, and the tummy back to the mat, and back staying close to the mat, and back staying close to the mat, and switch sides, switch the hands over. 1 hand behind the head, push, and so it's like a pump handle. The back stays close to the mat, and the back stays close to the mat, and the back stays close to the mat. And hands behind the head, head down. We have some more varieties of single leg stretch. Watch this space, head up. Let's just hug a left knee in, the other leg's long. Now the elbows are wide and the shoulders are away from the sides of the neck. Show me 2 noughts, as in you're going to do a noughts and crosses game. Make 2 noughts and then the other way. And now make a cross and your body's sort of going all over the place. Switch the legs. You've got a pointy toe on the other side. Make a couple of noughts one way and the body's sort of going all over the place. And then do a cross and repeat and head down. Let's have the arms in the goalpost position. So your elbows are at 90 degrees and they're wide of your body, 90 degrees to your spine. And let's see what that means for us. So we're just finding out, like there's the 90 degrees. Some of us are really stiff. We got sort of like that. So just sort of hanging the wrists back and seeing where they're going. Go there. Can we ask to go there? Finding what we'll do. So it's an interesting, yeah, it looks like this is a nice one for us because we're all a little bit stiff in our rotator cuffs and the fronts of the shoulder, fronts of the chest. So what limits? Come up to kneeling, I think is. So we're just finding out we're all a bit stiff with this. Can we get back there, or is it more like sort of here somewhere? So what do we do to, we think about nice second rib lift and the elbows back and we feel a stretch across the chest. We take the hands and wrists back. Elbows wide. Yeah, okay, it's relaxing. Okay. Yeah, so that's not too bad. Okay, and we just come down and just let the arms by the sides. So we've got some nice little movement here. Your second rib breastbone spot went. Can it lift a little bit maybe? It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad too. Yeah, so the trouble with being tall is you always got to look down at everyone. I pity the basketball players. Yeah. And as time goes on and the new generation are a little bit taller than us oldies, and suddenly I'm finding second rib lift. Oh, hello, son, you're 6'4". I got a 6'3", son, he's not 6'4". So I got to go like this. And the second rib breast. This is the ladies have a little advantage here. To tall guys, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so remember the action is just the arms come up to elbows, wide of the, yeah, and then hands and wrists go back. And did you feel that ribs all stretching, the second rib lifting? Did we make sure it was relaxing? We can just check, yeah, okay, it's relaxed. And point the fingers forward, and then everything just comes down to the side of the body. So up and fingers pointing forward. And we've got the rotation action, wrists and hands back. Point fingers forward and just let everything give into gravity. Up with fingers pointing forward. Now the elbows are back, wrists and hands back. Do you feel it's amazing, like everything got just bigger here, just okay, so, and by now, if we just go, we can just think also second rib, hands going up to let the ribs stretch. And just that. This is the athlete, the gymnast salute. Salute the judges, and I hope you give me a good score when I've done my routine. Up, So the ribs lifting, yeah, there we go. And then just let it melt, come down. Up. Well, what we're doing with the arm action, that's the easy bit. But think about what's happening here. It's coming up and going wide. It's coming up. And then just let it come down. And think about what's happening here. Feel it lifting and stretching out. And then just let it down. And I mean, if it doesn't happen, it's like the chin's jutting and the, oh, still tense. And I think I'll do that again. Arms up, like the ribs are lifting. Does it feel different? All right, well, just try it with, just put your fingers on this area. Let it sink down. What happened? Did your chin jut? Just keep your looking forward. You can just see us. Did your chin jut there? And then, all right, so as the arm lifts, ask this area to go up as well. Up, 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 up. Nice. And then just let the arm drift downward. We'll just try the same thing, comparison. Let it drop down. Keep it down. Keep those rib area down. Try and get your arm up. It doesn't go very far. We've got the chin jutting and the muscles tensing. And, okay. So you got your hand there, ready to go up with the arm action. All right. Up, 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 up. So you thought the shoulder joint did all the movement, right? But this does a lot of the movement of the arm. I'm really overemphasizing this. Was that useful? I mean, that's just, wow. So I don't have a stiff shoulder joint at all. It's all the ribs and stuff that's supporting it. Yeah, yeah, great. Great. Let's see about, we're on bridging. Okay, 2 inches between your knees. Just curl your tailbone up. Get your hips just off the mat. Okay, now I want you to think about, what do I want you to think about? Just hold there. I want you to think about breathing into the lower tummy as you're doing that. The hips are just off the mat, just 2 or 3 inches off the mat. And put the emphasis today into breathing, pushing a breath into the lower tummy so it's expanding a little like a balloon. And breathe out. And on the next in-breath into the lower tummy, make sure you relax your neck. You might find that there's a sense of relaxing and getting a little calmer, and just breathing into the lower tummy. And it won't move very much, but just the hips are just off the ground. So with hips off the ground, your tummy is quite relaxed because all the muscles at the back are working instead. Okay, so I would like you now to do that. You float one leg up. You've got the hips just off, just float one leg up. So you've got the knee off the ground there. And breathe into the lower tummy. And it doesn't have to be a big breath. Breathe into the lower tummy and then relax your neck. It's a little harder perhaps to relax the neck. By the way, is the glute muscle working on that down leg? And you breathe in and you relax your neck and throat. And then breathe out. This is just a little breath. Let's switch the legs over. Now, here we've got the buttock muscle working on that leg that's on the ground, and you might feel it working. And you breathe into your lower belly and relax your neck. This is quite a concentration effort, isn't it? And that relaxing the neck is helping to take the tension out of your shoulder impingement and your upper trapezius muscle, the one between your shoulders and your neck. So you breathe into your lower belly and then just relax your neck. Is it working for you? Or just in that bridge action? Okay, let's come out of there. Let's ham it up with a bit of shoulder bridge. So on our backs, just curl your tailbone up, your hips up, send your hips really high. Take your leg to the ceiling. Touch the opposite hand to the knee. And then send the leg long. Take the toe and touch the button on the wall in front. Bring it back. Put the hand on the knee. Just curl your fingers over the top of the kneecap. Press it away. Bring it back. Hand on the knee. Leg away. Hand on the knee. Leg away. Hand on the knee. Can you keep that going? Now, you're all still thinking about breathing into the lower tummy and relaxing your neck, right? If you smile in your cheekbones, it's going to help. Can you keep this going for 2 minutes? Everyone's kind of keep going, keep going. I'll give you another 10 seconds. Just keep going. You feeling the burn in that down leg, in the glutes in the down leg? There's the lower tummy, that little bit of breath in the lower tummy still happening. This is so yoga. Well, you just come down and switch over to the other side. I'll join you. Come on, get the hips up. The other leg's up now. So you put the hand on the knee, and then you send the leg away. Hand on the knee, and then send the leg long. Hand on the knee. Toes are pointing to the wall in front. It's like a pump handle. Might be about there. I guess if I just work your foot. Yeah, you might like to just curl your fingers around there. Way to go. And you're pushing through that, you know that you're working that glute below. You don't really need to think about it. Yeah, I'm going to suggest just curl your fingers over you. Yeah, let's have the same side even, just that one. There you go, away. And wall in front. Curl your fingers over. Wall in front. Yeah, and you just, the leg goes away, it's just, okay. And so let's lie on our sides. So there's 3 things that your muscles in your body do, your torso. The muscles in your torso, they breathe, they brace, and they move. Think about that. So we're on our sides, ready for clams. And now the head under the hand is quite low. Take it a bit lower and you feel your ribs lift, you know, and you should feel now you can just slide fingers under your ribs because your head's low. The lower your head goes, the more ribs want to lift. So just find a nice spot where the head's sort of in line with your spine. Think about breathing into the lower tummy and relaxing the neck. Just try that. Now you might find a suddenly amazing relaxation, which you might take into when you can't get to sleep at night. Just the lower tummy and relax the neck. All right, don't go to sleep on me just yet. Show me clams. What you're thinking about the lower tummy is the breath just into the lower tummy for the moment. Take a clam out. Lower tummy breath. Breathe out to come down. Breathe into the lower tummy. Relax the neck. Breathe out to come down. Up. Know what to do with that breath? Is your neck relaxed? All right, let's add a little more challenging. The top leg is straight, the knees straight. The ribs are lifted because your head's high. Can you slide the hands on your lower ribs? Good. You're learning to use the hand to check what the body parts are doing. Right. This long leg goes up. Try the breath into the lower tummy. Can you do that? Relax the neck. Whew. I'm not going very high with my leg. Just working on tummy breath. Relax the neck. And then breathe out. And tummy breath. And breathe out. Now, you might be breathing into the tummy. Maybe a lower tummy. Maybe it's going a little bit in the upper tummy and ribs as well, but mostly lower tummy. And back down. So let's take a break. So we've done about 6 there. You just put knee over knee, foot over foot. You like for that? So you just felt how you could find something nice and relaxed with this simple movement, and the lower tummy expands on the breath and the neck relaxes. Did you find it? So now you know how to get to sleep at night, right? You don't have to do the leg pumping bit, right? So we try again. So it's the top leg. So So the ribs are lifting, the head's like breathing into the lower tummy. Relax the neck. You know what to do. Just keep it going. And I'm not just sure could we. So can I see some nice sort of dreamy, relaxed neck area? By the way, this upper trapezius will tend to relax as well, because relax the neck and the side bits will relax as well. Nice. So we'll go the other side now. Clown position. Just show me clown position. Yep. Head sinks down, ribs lift. So for the clown, the knee goes up while the feet stay together. Just take your knee up. And your head's heavy on your hand. So we now know what to do. Breathe into the lower tummy, below your belly button, up. Breathe in. Relax the neck. Breathe out, the leg lowers. And breathe in, lower tummy. Relax the neck. Keeping it real simple at the moment. Just a low, low bend the knee. All right, breathe down. Breathe in. Relax the neck. And breathe out. Breathe in, lower tummy. Relax the neck and breathe out. You got the moleskin trousers. I wouldn't mind a pair of those. Tell me where you get them. Nice, aren't they? Nice trousers. Straighten the leg. The head's low and you can feel the ribs lifting. You can slide hands under the ribs. We just breathe into the lower tummy this time. Relax the neck. Breathe out. Whew. And breathing in. Breathing in. Relax the neck. You feel your shoulders and your trapezius muscles relax. And just give us 3 more. Now you might feel almost relaxed and dreamy here. How's it going, Glenn? Did I get your name right this time? And yeah, just come up and just prop on your elbow. Like, as a kid, we'd probably just sit on the mat and listen to the kindergarten stories. How would we sit? Would we sit like this? They'd probably tell us to sit up tall and cross your legs, wouldn't they? So we find that all right. Now, can we look really cool, like we're just cool dudes? So we just chin jutting and, all right, so second rib going up, breastbone going up, just and making more space here. And, oh yeah, that's kind of nice. Nice, yeah. Now, if we, just as another thing, we've got that nice lifter and we're a bit more open, like it's not down, it's up here. So what happens if we just let that shoulder, that pointed shoulder, which is also upper arm bone, come up and down? You think about push through your wrist. And I'm thinking about breathing into the lower tummy. But it's really quite difficult. I feel like the whole of the tummy might want to do share the load now. It's not just the lower tummy, but the whole tummy and lower ribs are doing the breathing. And at peak of breath, we relax the neck. Just breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Relax the neck. Breathe out. And somewhere in there, without even cueing it, because we've coupled the relaxed lower belly breathing with relax the neck, this is relaxed as well. And we've got that nice lift. This is the rhythm of the breathing. There's a wonderful page I found on the internet about the rhythm of the breathing. So here we're looking, that's good, your second ribs, look at that, that's great. We're not sort of, so just lifting. That's beautiful, yeah, I love it. Okay, so we think about just the breathing into the lower tummy. I find I need to breathe into my whole tummy and right at lower ribs as well. I'm sharing the load now. Why does it not want to go just the tummy? Because there's a bend, potentially a nasty bend in the base of the spine. It's saying, I don't want to push my belly out and relax too much here because I want to protect too much bend in the base of the spine. So the breathing's going into the whole of lower tummy, upper tummy, ribs. Already, breathe out and breathing in. And it's the whole of the tummy spreading the load now. So the lower tummy can brace a bit more because it's not doing all the breathing. The whole breathing right up to the lower ribs. Breathe in. Relax the neck. Down. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Until you know what to do. Just carry. So these muscles of the body, they breathe, brace, and move, and they're doing all three at the same time right now. Now, usually they do them without you thinking about it. Aren't we wonderfully made? So we're down, we breathe out. We're breathing in the whole of the belly and the lower ribs. Breathing in. Relax the neck. Breathe out. Whew. Breathing in. Relax the neck and breathe out. Nice. Just thinking of the stretches we like to do. This is what we're going to do now, some stretches. I guess we didn't do a lot of hip strength type stuff. We haven't done much stretching yet. We did the grandfather clock action, like windscreen wiper, like a grandfather clock. Well, now we'll do it with a stretch band. Now, with hip replacement, just you only take the leg across the body a little bit. And for hip replacement, where you might not want to over vigorously stretch with a leg across the body, it's not as dangerous now with a modern hip replacement as it used to be. But you can massage that area and gently massage it. Is good for scar tissue and so on. So yeah, nice windscreen wiper action. Now remember when I said leg wide, opposite hip down, which means you can take your fingers and try to slide them under the hip. You can't. Leg wide, windscreen wiper action. Leg wide. Oh, can't slide the fingers under the hip here. And so I'm just coming up. And you can always just use the spare hand just to feel what your body's doing. So leg wide, hip staying down, it's not sort of rolling up. So I just keep going the windscreen wiper action. I'm just sort of looking now, just checking in here. The policeman's on the prowl, opposite leg, hip down. Yes, it is working, isn't it? And you can just, again, there's nothing personal here, just bend it on that. So leg wide, and you can just check. Just straighten your wrist, get the wrist down. I don't know if your shoulder will let you, sorry. Yeah, and so you know that you can check with your hand. That's maybe the shoulder's a bit stiff, sorry. I just leg wide, opposite hip down. And you just slide the fingers just underneath. So that,
Ouch, Michelle.
oh, sorry. Thanks for speaking up. I can get too engrossed in what I'm doing. Gee, I think I just about busted everybody's shot. Yeah, nice, very nice. Opposite hip down. Yeah, that's going. And by the way, it doesn't have to be super perfect, just as long as you're close to opposite hip down. And just switch sides and enjoy. So just on the opposite side with the windscreen wiper action. So one of the reasons, I often have a selfish reason for sharing things. One of the reasons why I'm talking about the lower tummy, breathing into the lower tummy, is I have a very tense lower tummy and I need to break the bad habit. So just on the other side now, nice mobilize. I'm not particularly cueing for breathing, but you just be aware of that. So try a breath into the lower tummy and relax your neck. Okay. Yes, we are pretty much fine now. How are you feeling, Ian? So basically, we're sort of coming to an end now, but I just wonder if you just show me your leg wide. And we've got the hip down. You've got that really off pat. Yeah. And again, just over and show me leg wide again. Good, good. So what we got, if I asked you to rotate this thigh bone out like that, how's it feel? Does it really get the icky spots, the tight spots? And so that's what I like you to practice in future, is that turnout. That's the action that ballet dancers need to learn, and they never properly learn. But putting that little, that's like getting the joint caps around the hip joints, getting a nice little stretch. And it feels a bit icky because it's getting all the tight bits. You might like to try that a couple of times, and basically we're just stopping at that. So I'll just a quick, please go, yeah, please don't let me hold you up. Okay, so regarding the holiday workouts, very possibly I will have something, but I'll email out some notes. So it's very possible I will have some holiday workouts. So next Thursday, very possibly yes, but watch the space. So just, yeah, so we're pretty much finished. Now, this is the crooked lordotic sound leg. So I take the thigh bone, rotate it out, and then it's just nice and straight like a ballet dancer leg. So that's the, see that crooked? Bent knee, and the knee caps point to the ceiling. So I just take the thigh bone and rotate it. So the kneecap tries to look to the floor. And that's just nice alignment at that point. And that's where we're stopping.